Chapter 6, Echoes of the Founders, Part 3, Forging Ahead. The Founders' sanctum felt different after Zephyrian's departure. The air hummed with residual energy, and the runes on the walls pulsed with a newfound intensity. We stood in silence for a moment, each of us processing the weight of the information we'd just received. "Well," Grimlock said, breaking the silence. "I don't know about the rest of you, but I could use a stiff drink after all that." I second that motion, but I think we've got more pressing matters at hand. Lyria nodded. "Indeed. The veiled hand won't wait for us to gather our wits." Solarius, who had been uncharacteristically quiet, finally spoke up. "I must send word to my order. The Guardians of the Eternal Flame have long believed that destroying the key was the only way to protect Quandaria. If what Archmagus Zephyrian said is true, we've been gravely mistaken." "And how do we know he was telling the truth?" Eloin asked, their voice tinged with skepticism. "He's been trapped in here for centuries. How can we be sure his information is reliable?" It was a fair question, and one I'd been pondering myself. "We don't," I admitted. "But right now, it's the best lead we've got, and given what we've seen of the corrupted fragment, I'm inclined to believe him about the key's connection to Quandaria." Grimlock stroked his beard thoughtfully. "Aye, and let's not forget that fancy light show he put on. That kind of magic doesn't come from nowhere." I turned to the holographic map, studying the swirling images of Quandaria's past and potential futures. "We have 3 uncorrupted fragments, 1 corrupted one, and 3 more out there somewhere. We need to find a way to cleanse the tainted piece and locate the rest before the veiled hand does." Lyria stepped forward, her fingers tracing the air just above the hologram. "If we can amplify the signal somehow, we might be able to locate the remaining pieces more quickly." Eloin's eyes lit up. "I might be able to help with that. My gift for sensing artifacts, if we combine it with the power of the fragments." Solarius unsheathed his sword, the blade glowing within a fire. "And my order's purification rituals might be the key to cleansing the corrupted fragment. But it will be dangerous. The taint could spread if we're not careful." "Okay, here's what we do. Solarius, you and Eloin work on setting up this magical radar. Lyria, you and Grimlock start researching ways to amplify the fragment's power. There's bound to be something useful in all these ancient texts." "And what about you, lad?" Grimlock asked, eyeing me suspiciously. I grinned, already heading towards the sanctum's exit. "I'm going to do what I do best, dig up some dirt. The veiled hand might be magic users, but they're still an organization. They'll have suppliers, hideouts, maybe even some disgruntled ex-members. If we're going to stay ahead of them, we need to know how they operate." Lyria looked concerned. "Are you sure it's wise to split up? The city is dangerous enough as it is, and now every shadow could be hiding a veiled hand agent I know," I finished for her. "Don't worry, I'll be careful, and I've got a few tricks up my sleeve. We meet back here in 24 hours. With nods of agreement all around, I stepped out of the sanctum and into the twisting tunnels of the Undercity. As I made my way towards the surface, my mind raced with possibilities and potential leads. Now all we needed was a miracle or two.